Hey friends, Kevin here, and you can see the gold minivan behind me. If you're new to this channel, I travel around in two different vans. Sometimes it's this gold minivan, sometimes it's a converted larger van, but we're going to talk just about this minivan today. Everything you're going to see in this video is the same thing I'm carrying in this minivan right now. The only thing is I was a little bit younger and a whole lot less experienced. Coast to coast, to Canada, to Mexico. This van has been around with this basic van build. We're going to go back and re-examine the original video I did that turned out to be really popular. That was basically Kevin's basic minivan build out. I'm going to put some of that on here, so we're just going to hit you with the important points. If you saw some of it before, this will give you another reminder. If you're new to this, I think you'll get some good ideas about what to do with your minivan. Minivans all have the same basic inside dimensions regardless of what brand that you have. So these ideals you see in this will work for you regardless of which one that you have. Let's get to it.
So you're getting ready to go again, Kevin?
Soon enough. You're going to have roughly 48 inches across here side to side at your least point. And you're going to get about 54 inches side to side at your widest point. So you are pretty close to being able to do a full-size mattress for two people. Pulled right out, the bed can come out in 2 minutes. You could put the seats back in if you wanted to for somebody that's going to just be doing some weekend camping or whatever to start out. So as you can see, I wanted to be able to sit up in here at night, which I can. And the main thing, I want to be able to sit like this. Two people, two doors open, can both sit here like this because I didn't want to have to take extra chairs. I see people that build these beds really high so they have lots of storage. And if you have a really high bed, you're going to be sitting here at night with your nose 3 inches away from the ceiling. I did not want that. That was the trade-off I made. I measured the distance that I had with the original seats that were in here, subtracted 4 inches for the mattress, which give me this, which is roughly about 8 inches high on this build. The storage crates I have are about 7 3/4 inches tall.
Where did you get those?
These come from Walmart, but there is room for 3. The third one is harder to get to, so I use it for tools, tire repair kits, that sort of thing. This first one here is basically for dry food. Some little knickknacks that I need to get to. I can pull it out, pull the second one around and through this same hole, and the second one contains my clothes. Everything is basically in 3 crates.
Okay, that makes
Sometimes
sense.
the simplest solution is better than the more complicated ones that require more work.
It is easy to overthink these things. Watching YouTube videos with all these people that have everything figured out, the problem is you have to figure out what works for you.
Right.
So are you choosing this lifestyle or are you forced into this lifestyle?
This is a choice for me. I have reached the point where all the things I was going to do someday is now. I have decided I'm not waiting another 10-15 years and hope that I'm in the shape to still be able to do the things that I want to do. I've often worked more than one job, so hopefully I did enough.
Okay, so
I will still work, and I will still do some work from the road.
just tell me what you carry there.
Okay, here's the way this ended up working out. This is an extended model, which has an extra foot or so of space. And after having this bed in, that is about what I have back here. It's 12 or 13 inches. If you come a little closer, I'll just have a board to secure this, runs all the way across the back. A couple of screws hold it to the bed. Now, there were things that I did not want to carry, just like I did not want a bike carrier. One, I did not want a roof rack, even though Ernie was kind enough, or a rooftop carrier, even though Ernie was kind enough to offer me one when I started this little adventure about a year ago. Now, there were the things I looked for in a minivan. I wanted the dual sliding doors so I would have plenty of air, and I wanted a van that this would lift up. So again, I would have more protection in case it rained. I don't need to carry seats because here's a couple more seats.
That's your back porch.
This is my back porch. Of course, I do have all the stuff to cover up all of the windows at night. We'll come back to that. Here's what I have. I do have a portable toilet in here. Now, generally, I'm not staying in the same place for many, many nights in a row. That did happen on this last trip when I went out west, Lake Havasu. Still, we were just a couple of miles from town, but we did set this up. So I do have a shower tent. There is a separate video on the shower tent. Shower tent / privacy tent. So you pop this thing out, you set your toilet inside. Being with a lady on this last trip, it was nice for her. As far as a shower, we do have this pump up shower. This will be done in another video also. All the parts for this all together are $25 or $30. These two carriers, I do not have any solar in this vehicle. One for ice, this one for dry food. It is just the necessities. A little more food up here, some utensils. This little carrier we can set out if we do have a picnic table and have all of our forks and napkins and stuff in this. This is just a basic little automotive carrier you could pick up anywhere. You know, it's as simple as can be. A couple of cans of propane. There's our stove. We have a little coffee pot that will go on the stove. So you have everything you need in this one little section. I do have a little fan. I do have a battery pack that will recharge off of 12 volt. And I'll put the links to some of these items down in the description. As far as why I didn't do solar on this thing yet, one, I didn't know how long I was going to keep this van. I didn't know whether I was going to go out there the first time and absolutely hate this. So I decided rather than going the solar route, all I needed to run basically was a fan to be able to stay comfortable at night. This little less than $200 battery pack was able to do that. And I was driving enough during the day, I could plug this in to 12 volt back here and it would charge as I was driving down the highway.
How did you come about this rather than just the regular camping in a tent and seeing the sights out west that people in the east always dream about?
Always, what I worked for was to be able to travel someday. But if I was going to do this in any meaningful way for any length of time, I was going to have to figure out how to get the cost of my accommodations down. Okay, as far as storage, in the back of this particular van, you have storage on each side and a little cup holder so you can throw glasses, whatever in here. Your storage in these sliding doors, on this side, I keep a CO2 detector and a fire alarm. Also keep some bear spray, some things in case, you know, the wrong person walks up to the van, we have some protection. In the same door panel on the other side, we have other things like that you know, you just need to get to put your hands on. For front door storage, also kind of his and hers, you're going to find mosquito repellent in each one. You're going to find hand sanitizer. This door, you're going to find tire gauges, different things like that you may need. Your door on the other side, we have binoculars, magnifying glasses because we're old and don't see as well, scissors, more mosquito repellent, more sunscreen. Keep things that you're going to use close or need at different times, like a pair of scissors. Keep those things handy. Don't set yourself up to where you have to spend 10 minutes digging through containers to find things that you're going to need. Up here we have some motion sensitive lights. You can get these in a pack of 2, 3, 4. I'll leave some links to this also. These will recharge in the sun, solar powered. Velcro is your friend for many things around the van. So just on glass on each side, on the back, we can slap these on at night. Hand me one of those if you would, please. Slap it on, just that simple. Now, if you go to get out of the van on either side, whatever you're doing, you have a light. If you walk around to the back, you have a light that will automatically come on. If someone walks up on you, it's going to trigger the lights. Now in the middle, this is just a fit-all console, 4 cup holders, little locking compartment, just a place to store your cables. If you're using something like a Garmin, anything like that, just gives you a place to put everything, keep everything nice and tidy. And again, these things you can pick up probably $40 to $50. You can probably find one at yard sale or Craigslist for $5. And all of this extra storage is going to be very, very valuable. The main thing is not only having storage, but having things where you can get to them easily when you need to.
Headroom.
Okay, headroom, I am roughly 5'10"-ish, still a few inches. So like I said, this is the way I built this. This bed is the height that the original seats were in here. This is how much headroom you had if you were sitting in one of the seats that came with it. And that's the way I wanted to build it, because I just wanted to be able to sit on this, eliminate chairs, be pulled up to the ocean and enjoy ocean breezes. And it worked out. It did exactly what I wanted it to. But again, this is the trade-off that you have to decide which one you're going to make. Because if you want more storage, if you want to be able to put giant totes under the bed, then you're not going to have this kind of room. And when you're asleep at night, your head's going to be here 6 inches from the ceiling. And if you're not used to being in something like this, you know, a lot of people, that's going to make them awful claustrophobic if your head is up here. When this bed is pulled out, and I guess I need to show you that, so if you'll just stay there for a second, Ernie.
Okay, we'll watch the process.
We do carry a tent. We basically, little tent, we didn't stay in this. We basically seldom ever put this up.
I have been to a local campground that's within a day's drive of here that you could not leave your campsite, even though it was paid for, abandoned. There had to be something on it. Okay. So you had to leave a tent or something on it.
Okay, yeah. And I have been to other campsites where people will come in there 2 or 3 days early and put a tent up kind of to mark their spot before the weekend. Whether that's right or wrong is debatable, but you do see it. You'll see the cost of this stuff is very, very cheap compared to a lot of the van builds that you see other people do. And it's great for those people that go, hey, I'm going to go live in my van for years and I need to put all this wood in here and all this insulation. But that's not what most of us are going to do, especially starting out. And a lot of people just don't have the money to do that starting out. You know, the main thing is just to get started. The reason I went ahead and bought this van the day I did is I needed to get started. And while I probably didn't get the best deal I could have gotten, it was a great van because I just needed to get started. And I knew if I didn't get started, something else in life was going to come up. And a lot of things I thought that we would need, we didn't. And a lot of things we took on the first trip, I don't have in here anymore. Because it's amazing what you can get by, how little you can get by with. And the more crap that you carry is the more crap that you're going to spend time moving around from place to place. You're constantly moving. You're trying to get ready for bed, and you're trying to move all this crap up here into the front seats. You just don't need what you think you're going to need. Seat up, it simply works. It slides out. You drop the other mattress on this side, you're good to go.
Can you lift the mattress up?
Your storage here.
I want to see what's under there. Oh, your window shades.
All the window shades are under there, but you can kind of see how we, in order to get these to fit together, how you crisscross these slats.
Gotcha, understand. Huh, nice.
And it's very inexpensive, and it works. I mean, this will hold a tremendous amount of weight. The weight has never been a problem. Because I see a lot of videos from other people, and they're spending a lot of time, even though they're in a van, they're spending a lot of time setting up, tearing down. I didn't want that.